Hi, Maria here. Welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to share with you my top 5 absolute favorite fragrances in my collection to date. I'm so excited to do this one. I shared with you guys my top 5 least favorites, so I thought only fair that I share with you my top 5 most favorite fragrances. So I'm going to do the same thing, put them in order. I can't wait to share, but before I do, if you haven't subscribed, please feel free to just go ahead and hit that button. It would be amazing to have you part of the community. And without further ado, let's get into this. Coming in at number 5 of my top 5 fragrances in my collection is Le Parfum Royal by Elie Saab. This one is a stunner. This one smells very similar to me. It's not the same, but it's got the same vibe as Delina by Parfums de Marly. It doesn't smell, it's not a dupe by any means, but it's in kind of the same genre as a Delina. So this one has mandarin orange in the opening. Definitely get the tart sweetness from that orange. Then it has Turkish rose, Bulgarian rose, and neroli in it. I don't really get the neroli, I just get all that rose. And then the base has patchouli, amber, vanilla, and sandalwood. To me, what I get is just basically this tart rose, and then as it dries down, you get a bit of that sandalwood, a bit of that vanilla. I just think it's gorgeous. I think it's very similar to Delina as far as the feel that it evokes in me. So I think of powerful femininity. I think of royalty when I wear this one. Like, I feel like a queen when I've got this on, but not just any typical queen. I smell like a queen that rules when I wear this. Like, I just imagine myself wearing, like, maybe one day I'm wearing some fancy gown with a huge train, and I'm talking I rule the country. I rule the country when I wear this fragrance. So one day I may be wearing some long, gorgeous gown with a big, huge tiara on my head, but the next day I've got armor on with a sword on a horse fighting my battles. That is this fragrance in a nutshell. I absolutely love it. It's super sexy. It's just delicious somehow to me. The longevity is fantastic on it. There's a spicy quality to this, probably from the patchouli. I just think it's beautiful. It's absolutely one of my favorite. In fact, smelling it, I'm like, why aren't you way further in the top? But these are all amazing, so someone has to take bottom place. So is this one, but you absolutely are amazing. Number 4 on the list is Les Absolus d'Orient Santal Royal Guerlain is the full name of this one. This is such a beautiful, beautiful rose sandalwood fragrance. This one you definitely get the more unisex vibe, but this is just so freaking sexy. If I smelled this on a guy, I think I'd probably pass out. I'd be so in love with it. like seriously, if a guy wore this, if a guy wore this one, I'm not sure how I would do, because I would be in love with it. Like, I would be following him around, sniffing him constantly. Like, I love this one, but I love wearing this one too. It's mysterious. It's mysterious. It's sexy. It's a little bit dark. This one has jasmine and neroli in the opening. I don't really notice that. What I get more is in the mid, it has rose, cinnamon, and peach. I'm not sure I get any peach, maybe a little bit, but I do get the rose, and I definitely get that cinnamon. I love cinnamon in fragrances. And then it has oud, sandalwood, leather, amber, and musk in the base. Definitely get the sandalwood for sure, along with the rose and the cinnamon. I also get that oud and the leather. This is very, very sexy. I always say this is my pirate fragrance. Like, I just imagine being a pirate. And I would smell, instead of smelling like I hadn't showered for 50 million days, I'd smell like the wood of my boat, a little bit boozy. I'd smell like the spices that I was, carrying around the ocean. I'd smell like Santal Royal. Yeah, this one is uber, uber sexy. It's not so unisex that a feminine woman couldn't wear it. But this one would smell killer on a guy too, and it's absolutely intoxicating, addictive. The longevity on this one is fantastic. I highly recommend this one. So number 3 of my most favorite fragrances is La Nuit Trésor Nude. I can't believe it because I just got this recently, but just thinking about the fragrances that I tend to gravitate towards, this one, like maybe it won't be on my list forever, but lately I just can't get enough of this one. It's so good. So it's essentially it's vanilla, rose, and coconut. It definitely becomes more of a coconut vanilla, but it doesn't smell like your typical beach coconut. It's more of an elevated, sophisticated, feminine coconut. It smells fancy. The fragrance smells fancy, it smells feminine, but it's just decadent and delicious. The longevity, it's an EDT, so I get about 5 hours out of that by overspraying. So the longevity isn't phenomenal, but it's just such a beautifully elegant and sweet fragrance. In my least favorites, there's a lot of vanillas in there. This one is definitely vanilla, but it's so balanced so beautifully with the rose and the coconut. And the rose takes second stage somehow. It's a supporter. So I get the rose, I get somehow I get the La Nuit Trésor DNA in here, but it's just a lighter, more airy, delicate, feminine version. You definitely could wear this during the day, but it's super sexy. I definitely think that this is one that guys would enjoy to smell as well. It's absolutely beautiful. I'm so glad I got this one. Seriously, top for 2022. Number 4 of my absolute favorite fragrances would be Terracotta by Guerlain. I am sorry I keep mentioning this one. I know I mention it a ton, but I just really love it that much. I love smelling this one all spring and summer. I especially enjoy it in the summer. In the wintertime, I crave it and miss it and will sometimes pull this one out. It's just beautiful. It smells relaxing to me. It smells sophisticated and slightly bougie, but also like not trying too hard. You just smell good. It's definitely like it has this oily kind of almost a buttery quality, but it smells amazing. As far as a tropical vacation fragrance or a beach vacation, resort vacation, this would be my absolute number 1. I just really enjoy wearing it because I just find it so relaxing. So Terracotta Le Parfum by Guerlain. It's an EDT. Longevity not great. I overspray, so I get about 4 or 5 hours on this, sometimes longer, but I just think that this one is so beautiful. It's readily available in Canada and in Europe, so I will leave the Guerlain link as well for those of you that are in the US. I think you can order from there. It sucks that it's not available in the US, but if you can get your hands on this on Macari or whatever, it's definitely worth a shot. Definitely. It's my second favorite in my collection, Terracotta. Number 1, top shelf, favorite fragrance is Coco Mademoiselle by Chanel. I'm sorry I talk about this one so much, but like it would have to be on the list, wouldn't it? I have so many beautiful fragrances. I love them all, but this one I just, it will always be in my collection. If I had to get rid of all of them right now, this is the one I would keep. Even if I had Galena, this is the one I would keep. This to me is the most versatile fragrance. It's mass appealing. Men love it. I get compliments with it. I feel good when I wear it. It's just, the bottle's beautiful. It makes me feel special. It makes me feel special because I got this on Mother's Day and you know, from my son and my husband. It was one of the first fragrances in my, the beginning of my perfume collection. And I always feel good when I wear this one. I always feel like I smell good. I enjoy smelling myself when I have this fragrance on. The projection is phenomenal. It's elegant, it's classy, it's feminine. It's just a beautiful fragrance. I don't care that tons of women have this. Tons of women have it because it's that good. So this one, you have a beautiful warm orange in the opening. There's a bunch of florals in there. It just makes a beautiful bouquet. There's some woodiness and vanilla in the dry down. I find that this one develops over time, so it gives me a fresher fragrance in the beginning and a more kind of sexier woody vanilla in the base. This thing lasts 10 hours. It is just beautiful, and the bottle is also gorgeous. It's iconic, and it's the only thing I own from Chanel, and I don't know, there's something kind of special about having something Chanel. It's like something every girly princess somehow should have at some point anyway, I think. Now, not everyone likes this, but this happens to be my favorite. I couldn't live without it. And I could live without everything else. Now, what about you guys? What is your favorite fragrance? Please feel free to leave it in the comments. I would love to know. What are your top 3 in order? Third, second, and first place. I'd love to know. Leave it for us in the comments. That is it. I hope you have an amazing week, and we'll talk to you soon.